and welcome to Bedtime Stories with CrispySkates. And we are picking up where we left off last week, reading The Wind in the Willows. Afraid, murmured the rat, eyes shining with unutterable love. Afraid of him? Oh, never, never. And yet, oh, yet, Mole, I'm afraid. Then the two animals, crouching to the earth, bowed their heads and did worship. Sudden and magnificent, the sun's broad golden disk showed itself over the horizon facing them, the first rays shooting itself across the level water meadows, the animals full in the eyes and dazzled them brightly. They were able to look once more, and vision vanished, and the air was full of the carol of birds that hailed of the dawn. As they started to stare blankly in the dumb misery, deepening as the slow realized that they had seen and all they had lost, a capricious little breeze dancing from the surface of the water tossed the animals a breeze, and the aspens shook with dewy roses and the lightly blue caressing their faces, and with its soft touch came instant oblivion. For this last best the gift kindly demigod is careful to bestow on to whom he has revealed himself in their helping, the gift of forgetfulness, lest the awful remembrance should remain and grow and overshadow the mirth and the pleasure, and great haunting memory should spoil all the afterlives of the animals that helped out all the difficulties, in order they should be happy and light-hearted as before. The mole rubbed his eyes and stared at the rat, who was looking about him in a puzzled sort of way. I beg your pardon. What did you say? Asked the rat. I think I was only remarking, said the rat slowly, that this was the right sort of place, and that here, if anywhere, we should find him. And look, why, there he is, the little fellow. And with a cry of delight, he ran towards them, slumbering portly. All right, let's change the page. But Mole stood still a minute and held in a thought, as one walked suddenly from beautiful dream who struggles to recall it and recapture nothing but dim sense of the beauty of it, and the beauty till that too fades away in its turn, and the dreamer bitterly accepts the hard, cold waking and the penalties. So Mole, after struggling with his memory for a brief space, shook his head sadly and followed the rat. Portly woke up with a joyous squeak and wiggled with pleasure at the sight of his friends who had played with him so often in the past days. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that so much. And I look forward for you to be on with it. Thank you so much. I was hoping that you would visit. The mole ran quickly to comfort the little animal, but the rat, lingering, looked longly and doubtfully at certain hoof marks in the deep sward. Aw, thank you very much. That's so sweet. I greatly appreciate you, the greatest of all time, the awesome Senor Chris. Some great animals have been there. He murmured slowly. Thoughtfully he stood, musing and mussing, his mind strangely stirred. Come along, Rat, called the mole. Think of the poor otter waiting up here by the ford. Portly had soon comforted it by the promise of the treat, a jaunt on the river, and Mr. Rat's real boat, and the two animals conducted him to the water side and placed him securely between them in the bathroom of the boat and paddled down the backwater. Oh, you guys have a sleeper. We're gonna make this a long one tomorrow. Good night, Mr. Chris, the greatest of all time. Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams. And keep it crispy. I see that. No problem. I wasn't sure if you did it on purpose or not, but I like the truck. Until tomorrow, everybody. Keep it crispy. Have a wonderful night. Check out the greatest of all time channel. Wonderful dreams.